everyone, I'm Chessrook44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Heaven's Vault. Last episode, we made our way to and found what was supposed to be the Library of the Loop. We found a big book on there as well. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take it, due to not being able to stay there for long due to the lack of air and, well, due to damage that occurred. And unfortunately, the book is lost. Nothing else to do. Let's... Why are you not... I don't know why, it's not working. But anyway, with that done, now we should head back to Iox, I think. And Elbereth. Investigate things there. There we go. Let's take to the river. I will ready the ropes. Still upset that I can't get 6 back. Right, first up, Iox. This is going to be a bit of a trip, but we'll make it there. Now I can actually see here. Yeah, I think following this will be well enough, just so long as we don't follow NK's very incorrect instructions, because she is not a navigator. Gonna be a bit of a long trip, but we'll get there. This episode is probably mainly going to be talking to our contacts. A shorter way to the left? Yeah, I don't think so. That's a big loop. Not gonna bother. Stop telling me about shortcuts, NK. God, if I had a way to get rid of you, I would. Let's stay on rivers we know, NK. You are not a navigator. Yeah, sticking on this should be fine. Alright, down this way now. Ignore the next branch, Elia. Yep, it is turning left. At least she's willing to call me by my name instead of peasant or whelp or something like that. Path turns right. Indeed, it does. Big empty area in the center there. I wonder what's in it. More ruins, maybe? I feel like we haven't really found many ruins in a while on the rivers. Yep, turning right is the correct way to go. Sure, we could turn left and go through more unknown paths, but let's just make our way to Iox. Looks like we're going to hit a loop, and then we're going to hit a series of possibly already known routes. Go right. No, it's not right. It's left. Shortcut through less well-known waters. Yeah, I don't think so. This away? Either route? Well, you're not wrong. We'll stick with the left path. I really do wonder what exactly causes these rivers. I mean, this is a nebula, which obviously means it's in space. So how can... well, we did actually find potential answers to that. Okay, don't pass control to NK. It's not far. We did find potential answers to that with that one dock, the idea of gravity that was controlled and sent it out, but can they really control it that far? Can you put your cape up over your head again, please? Certainly, mistress. I'm ready now. It's not you now, Six. Of course it isn't. I'm wearing your robot's face. Yeah, I want my robot back. Aaliyah! Listen, Huang. How are things down here? Oh, can I not tell him? I've been reading up on plant species without much of a break. I've made some nice discoveries out there. Oh, glad to hear it. Have you ever seen anything like this dull crystal? Interesting. I'm not sure we have anything quite like that one. Would you like me to archive the dull crystal? Take it. Good faith to you. I'll be back shortly. That did not give me what I had hoped. Oh well. We'll go see Mayari afterwards. At this point, while we wait for him. Where did they find the device? The one at the site of the Withering Palace? Was it the Great Forge? It was found on a deeply forested moon, far out in turbulent waters. Would you be pleased or horrified if I told you how many died locating it? You sent people to their deaths. Such is the duty and privilege of an empress. Well, duty may be something to argue with. Privilege? Ugh. The robot you claim to have encountered after the hopper malfunction, Adelia. It occurs to me it might have been a recording. I will be here. A recording of what? Of whom, Alia? Renbo was a skilled roboticist. He may have found a way to store a recording and force it into my core. It was a message, not a recording. I spoke to it. They are the same, Alia. Messages such as the professor sends you are not live connections. They are recorded personality states, as am I. There must be a Rembest foil nearby, cut to resonate on a hopper's frequency. In short, for whatever reason, Renbo went to a lot of trouble to speak to you, Alia. Clearly. Though I also wonder why he didn't want Mayari to know about this darkness, especially since she's the one who told him. Alia. There was something I wanted to ask you. Have you ever heard of the name Heaven's Vault before? What's that? Heaven's Vault. I've heard the name before. It's a story from the Old Sea. It's not important. The Old Sea? The loop says the Old Sea never existed. It's only a story. I suppose they didn't tell you stories at the orphanage. I would have told you stories if you had been with me. Well, just tell me. Very well. Once there was an island, home to a wild and wonderful people in the middle of the old sea, and it was sinking. It had always been sinking. The rocks that formed its cliffs and shores were crumbling. The fertile soil was clawed away, grain by grain, by the sea wind. But it happened so slowly the people said it was natural. They believed the island would heal like a wound, until the night came when the sea crept into their houses and swept their children away. The people blamed themselves. They prostrated themselves before altars. They begged for forgiveness, but the sea did not stop. It took their children, then their fields, then all the lower lands. Soon the island was no more than a hill. Kings climbed on kings. All hope was lost. So they felled their last fruit tree to build a boat. The boat was not large, but it was strong. Strong enough to sail beyond the edges of the world. No one knew how far it would have to go to find a shore. And what happened? The boat set sail. It leapt beyond the horizon. No one had ever sailed so far. No one knew if it would ever land. And the boat's name, they say, was the Heaven's Vault. So, Heaven's Vault is a ship. It's a story for children, Alia, to make them clean their teeth and weed their potatoes. Nothing more. I'm sorry you didn't get to be a child on Elbereth. Your life here would have been better. That's an interesting story. I feel like there's a lot of metaphors in it, or that the story has changed over time. Alia? Thank you for the story, Professor. That's all right, Alia. It's good to know you're not too old for stories. Interesting thing to say, but very well. Be seeing you, Alia. Alright, let's go back, see if Wong's back. Maybe we can give him something else and get some other way to narrow down search patterns. Aaliyah. We should leave now. Time to go, Aaliyah? Not just yet. The robots invented the loop. They devised a way to minimize human suffering at the thought of death, but they did it purely to minimize their own suffering. You don't know that for sure. Ha! I suppose I don't. Well, Huang is back. I've made a few finds recently. Let's see them then. Let's see. No, I didn't mean to. I found this model sliver. Let me take a look at that. There's a fragment of an inscription. I read it as, "Never be traitor in your heart." You know, I'm sure you're correct about traitor. Well, we haven't really seen the word elsewhere. Thanks, Wong. No. I've seen something else like that, if I remember right. And it also had script. Let me see now. Here. This is a script from a sliver of a figurine of the Stretching God. It was found while excavating under the teacher's quarters here on Ajax. Yada yada yada. This one is a fractured piece from an even longer phrase. Sky God knows all? I can add my translation for knows to my dictionary now. Sky God knows all. The Sky God knows all. The Sky God knows all. Done. Do you have any more like that? Let me see. How about this? This was marked onto a Reaching God devotional icon. It was found floating in the rivers near Maersi. This one is a broken fragment from a longer phrase. Rise into waters. Fairly certain on that. I believe you can be confident of your translation for rise now. Rise into the waters. That's complete. Rise into the waters. Do you have any more like that? Let me see. No, nothing comes to mind. I'll take the model sliver to the archives then. Take it. Good faith to you. I'll be back shortly. Indeed, and we shall leave. And then move to Elbereth to speak with our contacts there. You hoppered yourself into a robot. You died so you could live forever. An empire must have foundation, a greatness to keep it sound. The Emperor forever, the Emperor undying. I offered myself to be the beating heart of the empire I created. So, you hated robots and yet you became one. It's terrifying, you know. If you're an empress, then who were all those other robots that I lost? I mean, 4 fell in a canyon. It might have been, what? A poet? A great musician? Anything? Cease this jabbering. Ugh, I do not like you. Let's get off this rock. Alright, and so we leave the university, and we'll take a trip to Elbereth. Sorry, I'll take a trip to Elbereth. The Empress won't go on there. Alright, let's see. I'm going to rest, and you're going to pilot us to Elbereth. Back to Elbereth, please. accept the fast travel. At least she still somewhat follows my orders. However far I sail, these alleyways will always be my home. First stop will be Timor. I wonder if he has any artifacts for us that will help us narrow down a few things. I mean, that would be nice if so. And I don't get why it's always so ominous in here. Aaliyah! So where's Amir today? He likes running errands. If I hear you've put him in any danger... You won't. By the goddess and all the stars, I swear that to you. It's amazing that you found him, you know. You have a gift, Aaliyah, for lost things. Still quiet. There was a rush yesterday, maybe the day before. Your very good health. On the house? This time. Timor just watched me. Now look here, I have a present for you. It's some kind of a battered effigy of the Thin God, dating from the Steel Empire, and there's some carved glyphs. This could be useful. This is one end of a broken fragment of text. Well, we have Snake, God, and something. I'm convinced my translation for snake is correct now. The Thin God is the Snake God. Snake God... Comes? Maybe? Does Snake God Comes work? I'll look at it again later. Most likely this comes from the same source as the candle holder I found here earlier. Got a lot of information on the Steel Empire site now. This will make the site easier to locate. You have my gratitude. And good faith to you, Aaliyah. Now drink up. You want another raka? No, please. Another time. Well, at least we got something here. Now we'll head back up to see Tappy. Just gonna take a bit of walking. Said Boyauki Refar Kibenya. And here we are. And now up to see Tappy. Enter. Aaliyah, I've seen more of you in the last few days than I have for years. Aaliyah! Ah, what a delight. Are you two getting along? Oh, there's no point moving. I've uncovered a few items that might be interested. Oh, yes? It's a battered brass steel Empire period effigy of the Thin God. Nice enough.
No matter. I can most likely do a little distance with that. I have something of a similar period, I think. Yes, this is it. A solid copper knife.
There's an inscription on the back of the blade. I can hardly see the glyphs, they're so tiny. This one is a fractured fragment from an even longer phrase. So many possible. Hold on, I see Empire. Empire something all. Empire for all? One empire for all. This one has a lot of symbols, but I think it must say empire. One empire for all. Okay. By the stars, that was a long one. I think this comes from the same place as the battered effigy and the candle holder I found here before. Presumably, people regularly visited both these two sites. This should make the Steel Empire site easier to find.
So, if you've seen the merchandise, the knife for your battered effigy of the Thin God?
You have a deal.
Ah, what a fine piece.
I found a few more items you might be interested in.
Oh, yeah?
Show something else. How about the battered telescope? This is a battered ancient times period telescope carved with a circle design.
Oh, you spoil me. Wonderful. I have a soft spot for contraptions, as you know. I might be able to make you an offer. Here we are. A tough-looking, robust pick.
The handle has been etched with characters, too. Quite a few. This is the end of a longer line of text. Well, I see master. Person plans high? Craftsman? I feel like that might be the word. Master craftsman. For a pick. I could still change my mind, but master craftsman? I think this comes from the same source as the knife and the battered effigy. This will make the Steel Empire site easier to locate.
So, you've seen it. The pick for your battered telescope.
You have a deal.
I think this looks rather good here. It will take me some time to set up buyers for what you've given me, so if there's more, let me look another time when my eyes have recovered.
Listen, Toppy. Oh, I'm not on Elbereth long, which I think I already said to him once. Alright, go outside and we can make our way back. We just need to do the long walk back. Before I do, though, I just want to see if we've got any inscriptions that are solvable. Never be traitor in your heart. That one is solidly... Never be a traitor in your heart. And we've got this one from the Serpent God, which... Okay, now we know the word serpent. Solidly. And an inked chart of the clouds. May Sky God lift you. Probably may the Sky God lift you. I don't think we know which god is the Sky God, now that I think about it. Or do we? Not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna make myself back to the Nightingale, and then we'll probably find our way to the Steel Empire site. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chester44. That is Aaliyah, and back on the Nightingale, Empress Enkei. This has been a Let's Play of Heaven's Vault, and I shall see you all next time.